season. Ranked team against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Appalachian State Mountaineers, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Mountaineers have been waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. So Michigan's offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. It's not always easy to know what you're going to get when you come into a new situation as a transfer, but one thing, David, that will translate for this guy, when there's a hole, he knows how to hit it.
Yeah, and how nice is it to have a guy, man, you know exactly what he is, who he is. He's been around your program. He knows the lessons you want him to teach. He's the guy you want him to be. And now he gets to step in as a senior with all that experience and lead this squad.
Yeah, and David, he's worked so hard for this moment too, right? This guy put his heart and soul into the offseason workout program knowing this day was inevitably going to come. He's going to have an opportunity in this game to stat it up. He's going to get the ball early. He's going to get it often. A lot of people are really excited to see how he plays in this one.
They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Caught over the middle. It's Marsh. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. He's looking to throw. He's got it on the run. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Mountaineers offense will get the ball for the first time. And guys, defenses have been trying to figure out for years how to keep this guy from getting open, and they just can't seem to solve the riddle.
No, this guy has experience. He's been in the big moments. It is so nice to have a guy that's been in your system, in your scheme. He knows the in and outs. You can move him all over the field. You can't place a premium high enough on a guy that knows the system inside and out.
You're right. I tell you, it was a great day for this offense when he decided to come back for receiving year 2. There were a lot of people that thought he might declare for the NFL. They weren't sure if they were going to lose him to the portal or not. He decided to come back. He believes this offense can do something special, and if they're going to do that, he's obviously going to have a big year.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Turning it on! Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. And the Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to run it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Let's talk about App State. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10?
Wilson will throw. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Back to pass on 2nd down. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And how about that back-to-back sack? You want 2 sacks in a game, that's a great game. He is flying around, getting to that quarterback and getting him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down. He tried to get it on his own. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Absolutely perfect. The lead is down to a field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. He'll bring it out. It's Pringle. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Already showing signs of a slugfest as they try to build on this 6-3 lead. They'll go to the ground. Running to Green. Oh, he's got some space. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. And the Wolverines come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Dances away to buy time. On the move, he fires. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Makes it past the marker. He's up to 55 yards on the ground in the 1st quarter. What a tremendous start to this season. Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Touchdown, Wolverines! A great catch and run for 6.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys. They usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the run from inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. Maybe a little more urgency as they start this drive down 13-3. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Oh, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be 2nd down. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Mountaineers will try to pin them back with the punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Looks it in at the 40. There he goes. Open it up. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Just going to keep it after the snap. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. So now it's 2nd and long. Power football with the run. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Hester. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The Wolverines will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Back to pass. It's Underwood. Back's looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Lawson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. 2nd down coming up. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Here's a heat. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down. And the Mountaineers decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. Punts it out of the air. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Throws to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really...
There he goes! He's got 67 yards for him on the ground now. What a first quarter for this guy. To the ground. He's got it again. Past the sticks and still on his feet. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. here as they go back to work. From the gun, running back on the move. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, the defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Spins away from the defender. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
And the Wolverines line it up with a 1st and goal. Pocket breaking down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. Ready to try the point after. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
When you run this out route, you know you're starting to get close to the sidelines. I know I got to start slowing down and find a way to drag or get one toe, a pinky toe, a big toe, whatever I can inbounds. Nice effort, nice.
And the ball's out and they're after it. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Touchdown, Michigan. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. Bringing it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. They go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the... We're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Got enough for the first. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Caught behind the line. It's Rousseau. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Line getting set on second down. Brings up second down. Wilson to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Soft spot in the middle. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got an open man.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that 1st down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And they are fortunate to get the ball back, but unfortunate to have a long way to go after that loss.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback, and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
He's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Mountaineers line up to punt it away. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. So here comes the Michigan offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Got it in the middle. It's Stewart. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback may change this route. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Forced out of the pocket. Makes the catch. It's Priestcorn. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. The Wolverines with the 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down? And the Wolverines are threatening in the red zone. Leaves it with the back. Headed to the end zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? It's complete on the right side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal for the offense. They want to run this quarterback. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverine!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wilson will throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got him in. It's Dozier. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Mountaineers are in the hurry up. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Mountaineers will bring the punt team onto the field. He gets a block. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute throwing and running the football.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop? Down right now before the half. They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Pringle. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Wideout trying to get it in. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm. This defense better change something quickly.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wilson to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Dozier. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Mountaineers send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football in.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
Grab near the marker. It's Pringle. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. They'll immediately call timeout.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
Makes the grab. It's Prescore. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. And the Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. To the air, it's Underwood. He made the catch past the marker, also past the sideline. He's out of bounds. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
On the move. Across the 25. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He might want another play. Wants to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, 1 half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Ann Arbor.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this 3rd quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. That's caught. It's Cross. Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th down. The Mountaineers will send out the punt unit. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. He'll take it on the return. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. And the Mountaineers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Returner brings it out to the 42, and your Michigan Wolverines will take over.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. He's got it down the middle. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that will probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Marsh.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Got it in the middle. It's Pringle. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that.
Touchdown, Wolverines! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop it.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense... to start the next drive. Appalachian State regains possession and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, Dave.
And try to find...
Lots of running room. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. To the air on first down. He wants to go deep. What a grabble on the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Zings it complete to the right. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Touchdown, Appalachian State. The offense cashing it in on that drive.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game one. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
64, App State 10.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Michigan offense. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Takes the handoff. It's Pringle. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Michigan. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Love the play call offensively. offensively, they knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get to the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that. Coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Mountaineers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. Looking deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Mountaineers will punt it away on 4th down. Cradles it at the 35. Slips through the line. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Throwing right. He's got it. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. Wide open downfield. Touchdown Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll move the wide receiver. Looks as if he's going to run it.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give to the tailback. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line, not enough to move the sticks. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The Mountaineers will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside give. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Ole Miss is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that looks like it did when Archie and Eli were here. They're up by 32 over Memphis. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Mountaineers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Zips it out to his man. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Right on the money. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Nice job by this guy finding the slot guy on a drag.
Yeah, the receiver just working his way across the field, giving his quarterback a nice, easy target. That's an easy completion.
Catch in the middle, it's Cross. On the move, it's a 30. How about this freshman leading them on the chase and making the big play after the catch? The Mountaineers are on the move. They'll throw it from the red zone. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And that is a major reason why this team is losing the football game. They can't protect the quarterback. They can't generate big plays in the passing game because up front, they're getting beaten time and time again.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Lewis. Makes one man miss. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
It would take a miracle to get back in this game, but any miracle will have to start with this 4th down conversion. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Dropping back, it's Underwood. Looking to scramble. He's going to run it. He'll be guided out of bounds at the 17, and a productive play there.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hang in that pocket just a little more and maybe make some plays down the field with his arm.
On 1st down from their own 22. Looking to throw on 1st down. The short hands, it's Pringle. Turning it on! And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Makes the grab on the left. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a nice job by the quarterback there. Of course, he's right-handed, but there he is scrambling and rolling to his left. It's not easy to be accurate when you're doing it, but he's able to put that right on target for the completion.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Marsh. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now, late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Quickly complete. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long, and on a critical third down here in the fourth quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go?
Tight end trying to get in. Touchdown, Wolverine. And they add 6 more to the board with a trip to the house.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page. They've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Defense not showing press coverage. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the big fella. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after it, as you saw it on that sack there.
And this offense, man, it's just been one of those days. And they're not going to want to watch the tape, but they haven't put up a bunch of points. They're getting scored on a lot. It's one of those days you want to forget, and adding a drop to the tally is just the cherry on the sundae.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and throw it right.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. Second down, he'll throw it. He wants a big play here late. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from and you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like. But hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Kick is in the air. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Makes a move. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
On 1st and 10 from the 38. To throw, it's Underwood. Pulls it in.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a...
Oh, he's got some space. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
A designed run for the quarterback. He's not going to make it. Stopped short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Motion from the wideout. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Coleman. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Big play like that to open a drive just builds the confidence. Now 1st down from the 46. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, Michigan.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. To the air on 1st down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that pass will be incomplete, and time has run out on this game. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling its way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them.